Hey, cut that out. I told you there's people watching you. Cut out the nonsense. Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ripper here. We're going to be talking about Tiger King and Carole Baskin. And yes, Carole Baskin has changed. I'm going to show you why I'm saying that, and I want you to tell me has Zerk, cut it out. Give me that. Give it here. Gosh, dang it. I tell you what, these people these days, Zerk's out flying his drone, trying to, I don't even know if he's trying to take pictures or what he's trying to do, but he needs to cut it out. What do you mean if Carole can do it, you can do it? No, because Carole does something doesn't mean you can do it. Zerk seems to think that if somebody gets away with murder, then he can do it. I'm not implying anyone got away with murder here. I'm just giving an example. Maybe that was a poor example. Yeah. Let me take that back. Or maybe Zerk is making some kind of sense. But Zerk, just because Carole is flying a drone or she's with somebody flying a drone over the property where Jeff and Lauren Lowe reside, doesn't mean you can do it also. Zerk is all excited and kind of going a little nuts after I sat in here and watched these videos from yesterday on TMZ, and I'll put that link below as well. It appears that Carole is with a film crew, and they were flying a drone over Jeff and Lauren Lowe's property. I'm not sure the drone was over their property or if it was above the neighbor's property. Now, I don't know about Oklahoma laws. I do have a drone, and I do have it registered with the FAA, but I've never checked the laws here because when I use it here, I do it above my place, or if I have to go out, a mile or so away, like if we have animals that get out, then I can look around the area for my animals, but I'm not actually filming. I'm just looking at the screen trying to find my animals. Now, if there's a film crew and they're flying a drone, I'm going to assume they're filming. I mean, that would make sense. I don't know if they were or they weren't, but I do know in Florida, from what I understand when I went down there and looked at the laws, you can't take a drone up in there and go film private property. I haven't looked to see if that's the way it is in Oklahoma or not, but if they're filming and they're above the private property, that could be a big violation of privacy rights. Here's how it works. If you're in public, you're on a public sidewalk, you can film and take pictures of whatever you can see because you can't trespass the eyes. But if you take a drone up in the air and then you go over above private property, then that becomes an issue because you're not taking pictures from a public space any longer. Now, I'm not an attorney. I did get my law degree from Google, though. Just kidding. That you'd also always want to check with your state laws before you do anything silly like that. I would assume this film crew did check into it. It does seem a little weird for multiple reasons. And like I said, for those you want to just get to where I'm going, if you're not watching this as a premiere, the timestamp is below. You can go look to see what I'm talking about. But one thing that really has me baffled is when Joe was sentenced at his trial, and I put this in a video a week ago, when my video was over, her statements that she made to the court about how scared she was of Joe. Now, there's tons of rumors out there where supposedly Joe wasn't even at that murder for hire meeting. He was someplace else talking on the phone, and the person involved in that was Jeff Lowe. Now, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But if I've heard these rumors, then I bet Carole has heard the same rumors as well. And if it was, and I'm not saying it is, but if it was Jeff Lowe that was behind the murder for hire, and Carole has heard this, I would think that she would be just as scared as Jeff, or Lauren for that matter, as she was Joe. But according to the video yesterday in the reports, Carole was there in Thackerville, and there was a film crew there. And, if she's there, I don't believe she's scared for her life. I don't believe that she would have been scared of Joe either. I think it was all embellished just to put him away for longer. Now, this is my opinion. I could be completely wrong. And like I said, I have no firsthand evidence whatsoever of Jeff Lowe being behind any murder for hire or anything. I'm just telling you rumors that I've heard. So, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not. But if I've heard them, I'm sure Carole's heard them. So that whole thing is pretty crazy. And like I said, I'll put the link below for that. I just can't believe that she was there with a film crew getting that close to the property of Jeff and Lauren Lowe. I mean, I'm not scared of them. They've never said anything to me that would cause me to be scared of them. I did go down there to the place at Wynnewood, and I did get kicked out because I started a live on my YouTube, and it's their prerogative to do that. But at no time did I ever feel like I was in danger or that they were going to do anything to me. They were just, Lauren just said, get out. And I did. But even when I left, I never felt as if, I should be scared of them or anything like that. Carole, on the other hand, that's a different story. There's, even in the documentary or the docuseries, you hear Jeff Lowe on the phone talking to Carole and Howard, and, it's not pleasant what he says. And they've made it known publicly that they don't care for Carole. I think Jeff actually said in one interview he hopes that she suffers like all the people that she has made suffer. Carole knows this stuff, so for her to be there, it really shocks me unless she's not scared of anybody, and that's including Joe, and I really don't think she is. I think her being there shows her true colors. All right, before I get to the Carole has changed stuff, I'm going to address an email that I got a couple of weeks ago. So a couple of weeks ago, I wore this hat right here in one of my videos. This is my hat that I wear if I travel or whatever. And this hat is from a place called Architectural Millwork. No, they're not paying me, but if I need millwork or any kind of wood for like a headboard or anything like that, this is the place that I call. I have a friend that's worked there. They're out of Oregon. He's worked there for, I don't know, over 10 years. I've known him for over 10 years. The one thing I really like, they have a gigantic assortment of hats. This one is my favorite. You'll never see me wearing this one because I do not want to get this thing dirty. You see it's got their same logo and it's got a cool design on it. And I just don't wear it because I don't want it to get dirty. I have about 10 of their hats that are different colors, different designs. And they're nice hats, but this is my favorite. And the thing is, you can buy these hats too. They do sell them. I'll put the link down below, and I don't even, let me see. The hats are $20 plus shipping. I'll put the link to their place down below and an email. And $20 for a hat, for a nice hat, that's a good price. All right, I'm going to show you this video clip of Carole. And I want you guys to look at what's different with her now. And what we need to discuss in the comments, why? Why has she changed? Why is she different? That's what we need to figure out. All right, let me get this video pulled.
You feel like you've said what you wanted to say?
Well, I think people often ask me, what do you think happened to him? And I had so many theories at the time. But I think the thing that makes the most sense is that he crashed a experimental or an ultralight out over the Gulf, because if it was anything else, I think we would have found him by now.
I will play just a small segment of that because she really focuses on having direct eye contact with Louis. And that clip is from the BBC documentary that Louis Theroux or Theroux, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but documentary that he released 3 or 4 weeks ago called Shooting Joe Exotic, which is over airing on the BBC. You can try to Google Shooting Joe Exotic BBC. It has not been released in the States yet, from what I understand. I know some people have VPNs and they've watched it that way. I don't know if you can do that or not, but she's so serious with her answer. It just seems out of character from what I've seen from the documentary when these things come up. There was a lot of laughter and eye rolling and all of these things when it came to Dawn. And now all of a sudden it's so serious and her eye contact is almost perfect. However, there is a point where she says, if something else happened, or she says, I think if something else happened, we would have found him by now. But when she says that, right before she says that, her eyes shift away someplace else.
Because if it was anything else, I think we would have found him by now.
A experimental or an ultralight out over the Gulf, because if it was anything else, I think we would have found him by now.
Now, I'm not a body language expert. I did watch some of these guys that do that stuff, and they say when someone shifts their eyes around, things like that, it's meaningful. But she kept this eye contact, but when she said if something else would have happened, or something to that effect, I'm not quoting, I'm not going to go back and watch, but I will play that little clip. You can see if you look at her eyes, she looks away for a second, for just at that moment where she's talking about if something else happened, I think we would have found him by now. Now, I don't know if she's looking somewhere and seeing what really happened or not. Like I said, I'm not a body language expert, but I find it very interesting that she is focusing on this eye contact, because when she interviewed with Stanley over on YouTube, I'll put that link down below also. Her eyes are blinking and she's, all over looking all these different places. From the many interviews that we've seen, which I'm not going to share. I was going to pull one off of Netflix, but I'm not going to do it. I'll just leave Louis. I don't know if Louis will be upset with me playing that small clip. It's not that long, but I don't want to get any copyright strikes. I have enough people trying to get my videos pulled down as it is for some reason. Anyway, I find it very interesting that her whole demeanor has changed, and I do not for 1 second believe that she really thinks he flew away anywhere. I think she knows, and of course this is my opinion, she knows that's not true, and I think that's why when she said if something else happened, she had a quick little eye movement, because she's reliving a certain moment. That's my opinion, but like I said, I'm not an expert in reading body language. I've not ever studied it. I really don't care to. I would rather just look at the evidence, and based on the evidence that I and many other people have uncovered, and then evidence that's not out yet, I firmly believe, and it is my opinion, that she knows that that is not what happened, that he did not fly and leave in an ultralight on that Monday morning. I believe that when Kenny Farr came home that Sunday night and his ex-wife Trish says, that's when I learned Kenny was missing, I believe 100% Kenny came home on that Sunday night and told Trish that Dawn was missing and nobody knew where he's at. I 100% believe that because there's some other corroborating witnesses out there that don't know each other that have, well, they sort of corroborate what Trish said. I'm just going to leave it at that. So when Carole shifts her eyes, I think I know why, but I could be wrong. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think by this response of hers where she's so serious and this eye contact is right on? Because that was new. When I saw it, I was just like, wow, she's really been practicing on this eye contact, not rolling eyes and laughing. Something totally different than what I expected from, and I've watched a lot of footage of her talking. Totally unexpected. Anyway, I want to know what you all think. And if you've seen that documentary, I want to know what your take was on the documentary. There's a lot of footage in there. Matter of fact, they talk with Joe Exotic's older brother, who I didn't even know he had an older brother. And, you know, there's a lot of interesting things in that show, which, well, if you all have seen it, let me know. I know Nosy had seen it, and I don't know where she saw that, but anyway, I'll see if I can find a link for it over in the BBC. But, you know, if you have maybe a VPN, you might have a chance of seeing it over here in the States or in Canada. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, everybody. This one's shaped just how I like it. No, Zerk, you're not flying the drone. It's raining outside. Zerk wants to fly the drone. And I think what he's trying to do is fly the drone down in Thackerville or something. I don't know. Zerk is getting out of control. We're going to have to do something with him. All right, everybody, stay safe out there. Let me know what you think. If you've seen the show, let me know what you think about her response. And do you believe her? All right, everybody, stay safe out there. I'm Ripper. That's Zerk. And we're out.
Because if it was anything else, I think we would have found him by now.